Overnight, Harley Davidson released their new 2025 CVO Road Glide RR, and I thought we might take a bit of a look at it today. Now, people were speculating that this was going to be there was a lot of buzz online, that this was going to be a Revolution Max engine bagger. Well, it turns out that's definitely not the case. But what we do have here is a 131 cubic inch Road Glide with a heap of custom bits and pieces on it, all race inspired from Harley's Battle of the Baggers race bike, basically. And there's going to be heaps of clips online you can watch on this bike from people who've worked on it, from Harley Davidson themselves, from the Wyman brothers, the guys who race this bike. So there's going to be plenty of information on what's in there. I'm just having a little look over it and seeing what I think. Now, I did look up some pricing on this bike, and it's not for the faint-hearted. $110,000 US. I'm pretty sure it's in US dollars. And if we convert that to Australian dollars, it's 176,000 Australian dollars. That's a heap of money for a motorcycle, as superb as it is. Oh man, that's a lot of money. But you just look at what you're getting though. You're getting this custom machined billet swing arm, and I did see them talking about this, how it's been, designed for performance basically, and to get the power down to the ground and for strength. And it's just, it's a beautiful piece. The body works all carbon fibre. Even the cases have been machined out of billet aluminium. Look at this. It's a work of art. The cam cover, these controls, just superb. Carbon fibre everywhere. 153 horsepower, 150 foot-pound of torque at 6,500 RPM. You've got a Screaming Eagle Racing King 6 transmission, Screaming Eagle 131, high-performance intake system, a Kropovich exhaust system, full titanium. No expense has been spared, and you are going to have to pay for it though. I think the paint job looks superb. Holland suspension front and rear, Brembo brakes front and rear. Look at these billet pieces, they're just beautiful. The seat's really cool as well, and you've got this pommel here, they call it the pommel, like the raised section on the front of a saddle. That's primarily for the guys when they're racing, that they can put their leg up against this and hang off the side of the bike, and it also assists when they're braking hard. The seat's really nice. It's a Saddleman seat. They've worked with Saddleman to design this seat, so it's going to have a lot of support. It's going to be very comfortable, I would expect. And it also sits you up an inch higher too, to give you more control over the bike, which would suit guys like myself, 6'1", who are taller. Don't know how it's going to go shorter riders, but once you get going, you're probably going to appreciate the riding position. And the bike's just beautiful. Rockford, Fosgate. Now, I understand that this has been specifically designed for this bike, this audio system. So you're still keeping all the comforts of the Road Glide, but it's just been performance-wise amped to up to 10. And I think it looks fantastic. Done a superb job of it. If I had the money, I would definitely be putting an order in for one for sure. And if we look at the specs, so your seat height's going to be 28.5 inches or 724 millimetres. That's laden. Unladen is 28.9, 735. Now, ground clearance, the bike has been jacked up to give you really good ground clearance for cornering. So you're looking at 6.3 inches, 160 millimetres. The rake and the steering is 26 degrees, fork angle is 30, so that's interesting. So the fork angle is different to the steering head rake. I think that's something that Harley have always done in their touring series. We've got Dunlop tyres, what are we got, 19-inch on the front, 18-inch on the rear. Fuel capacity is 6 gallons or 22.7 litres. Now the weight as shipped is 750 pounds or 340 kilos. In running order, so 785 or 356 kilos. So that's a good saving on weight compared to a standard Road Glide. I'd expect the standard Road Glide to be up around 380 kilos, somewhere around there. So it's a Screaming Eagle 131, push rod operated, overhead valves, hydraulic, self-adjusting lifters, 4 valves per cylinder. Compression ratio is 11:1. We've got the Akropovich designed for Harley Davidson racing 2-in-1 full titanium system with carbon fibre heat shields and a pressurised dry sump. Now, I was wondering about this. The final drive is belt. I thought it might have gone chain, but still belt drive, which I prefer anyway. Looks like the clutch has been beefed up as well. So you've got the one-piece billet aluminium performance swing arm. That's been machined from one solid block of aluminium. Screaming Eagle FGR 253 inverted front fork, fully adjustable for preload compression, rebound damping. Yeah, it's got all the bits on it. Now, the engine torque is 150 foot-pound to 204 newton meters compared to my Chief. My Chief's 162 newton meters, so it's going to have a fair bit more torque than my bike, and my bike's pretty torquey. Peak torque is at 4,750. My peak torque comes on at 2,950, so I'd like to see the graph on how that looks, because at 2,950 we might be down around what my bike is producing torque-wise. So it's interesting. And then peak horsepower 153 at 5,750 RPM. That's certainly going to dominate at the higher speeds, that's for sure. Now, this is interesting. 40 miles per gallon, or 5.8 litres, or 5.9 litres per 100 kilometres. That's about the same sort of fuel economy as the new Chieftain and new Challenger. So that's pretty good for 131 cubic inches versus 112. I've done really well there on the fuel economy. Then you've got all your usual bits and pieces you get on the standard Road Glide with 24 months unlimited mileage warranty. All right, well, that's a little look at the new CVO Road Glide RR, a highly desirable bike, and I hope they can, down the track, get some of these components onto the ST and offer this type of bike at a more reasonable price. When you look at what Ducati sells for $45,000 US, or $45,495, 207 horsepower at 13,500 RPM, 82 foot-pound of torque, where you're well down on torque there. But look at the weight, 395 pounds. That's 179 kilograms wet weight, no fuel though. So 395, 179 kilograms versus 50 odd, and 45,495. So if you wanted a sport bike, I think, value for money, you'd be crazy not to look at the Panigale V4R. But, if it has to be the hottest bagger on the market right now, well then I think this is definitely your bike. Now that Harley have done this, I hope that Indian take up the challenge and release a Challenger or even better, a Chieftain version of their Battle of the Bagger bike, and see what they can come up with. I think it would be pretty cool to have two options. Ball's on your court, Indian. Let's see what you can do. I applaud Harley for doing this. I think it's, the price is crazy, but it's so good to see them actually coming out with a bike like this. I hope it bodes really well for the future. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, bye for now.